That's what I always bitch about with, like, when I hear about different medical terms from my wife and I look them up, and a lot of times all of the words that were built to make this very fancy medical term are just like the Greek version. Like if the term means, swollen ass, but it's really fancy, like a fancy Greek word, you look it up and it means in Greek swollen ass. This is one of my pet peeves. It's something that really drives me fucking bonkers when I hear about these words and they go, oh no, that's not this, it's osis or whatever. And I'm like, we have perfectly good words in English, because it has to go back to just like people in the night, when medicine actually started being able to do something, like in the 19th century, and doctors still got like a classical education where they had to memorize the Iliad or something in the ancient Greek. And they knew the Greek, so when they came up with new words for stuff, they're like, well, it'd be fancy to call it, hyperlipidemia. Well, what does that mean? It means lots of fat. Oh, so that's high cholesterol. It's like, fuck you guys, We have perfectly good English words. Use them, because to me, this is me being unfunny on for being a little bit for serious. It's like I just don't get the point of it, other than to exclude people. I can't see, because we all know what having too much fat in your blood means. It means there's too much fat. We don't know why. You may not know, if you're a regular old person like me, you may not know why it happens. You may not know how much is okay. But you know what those words strung together mean. And there's not necessarily a reason to shove all the fucking Greek or Latin words together, other than just to be a dick. Or just to keep with tradition. Or just to be like, well, they just called it apoptosis, or I don't even know what that word means. They just called it whatever for a long time. So...
tradition. That's always a good reason for shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's yeah. Exactly. It just drives me a little nuts, because and then they shorten stuff to acronyms. So not only is there like some sort of fucking Greek word that I got to decipher, there's an acronym. I got to play 20 questions. What does the A mean? What does the R mean?
Yeah,
it just drives me a little crazy.
I think it would be awesome if they just said the thing that it was, like. You don't have blah 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 blah. You have like smelly asshole or whatever it is. And that's what they write down in the literature. That's what they write down, like, in your chart.
Well, like, did you know, actually, like in medical charts, when you had trouble breathing, they would write shortness of breath.
Uh-huh.
But then they started, you can access your medical charts. And doctors and nurses and people like that look at the charts, they abbreviate shortness of breath as SOB.
Oh.
And people thought that they were being called SOBs, sons of bitches, by their practitioners. And so now they say shortness of air. So that way they don't get accused of.
Yeah, that's sort of, that'll work for a while until... like SOA turns out to be
son of an asshole.
Yeah, like a worse insult that catches on someday. That's just the euphemism treadmill, like moving along. It's something that it's sort of an established fact that euphemisms sort of are there. It's like part of like the appropriate language, and then somebody gets a fucking hair up their ass because they're dickheads, and like a perfectly normal thing can't be used anymore, and then they have to change it to this new thing, which works for a while, and then the cycle happens all over again.
Right?
And that's sort of a politically correct motivator, like the political correctness gone mad that's sort of happened in our culture is at least partially caused by the euphemism treadmill, and I hate that happened.
Yeah, well, but I think you do have to admit though that there's a dimension of like just that people are jackasses, like the fact that somebody, because they probably was not like a very distinguished person who requested their records and was like, this individual called me an SOB. How dare he call me an SOB? Like, it was probably some jackoff that was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
An SOB, And oh, gee, we got to change it. You know, no one at any point went SOB. Why would you call me a son of a bitch? And then you say, why'd you write this? Oh, that means shortness of breath. Really? Does everybody do that? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, end of story there.
Yeah, like
You know, but it never works that way. Like
it never does.
nobody
It never does.
nobody stands their ground, and nobody like has the balls to like not apologize. Like, just note to everybody out there, like if I ever apologize, I think I'm safe to speak for you as well in this case.
Okay.
If we ever apologize for anything, like it's a fake apology. Just so you guys know now, like it's gonna be fake, and probably I don't know about you, but I'm probably not going to apologize for anything.
Well, no, my 2 cents on that would be, if I'm apologizing on this program, it will be clear as to whether or not I'm serious.
Okay, and for me then, it's going to be a fake apology.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, which someday I may get into a position where I have to apologize, and you know, it's going to be fake.
Yeah.
Totally fake. 100%.
Like if I accidentally drown a school bus full of children, I will say, guys, I'm sorry. I'm so, you know, I can see, you know, it's just devastating. I can't believe that this happened. But if it's something more along the lines of, you know, we didn't like what you said. That's very mean. You shouldn't say that. I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fake apology.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the school bus full of children, that if I accidentally drowned a school bus full of children, I'd be like, what? It was an accident.
Nice. Or just be like, yo, how many people did you kill in one stroke?
I mean, that's what an accident is, right? Like, it's not like I drowned them all on purpose. Like, it was an accident. Like, you're going to blame everybody for accidents? What the fuck?
Well, but I could see a difference between the accident where you could, you know, you could feel genuinely sorry that you fucked up somebody else's day. Or, you know, there's the accident where you shit your pants, and that doesn't really necessarily, I mean, you know, if you're on an airplane, you could ruin a lot of people's day.
Once again, I do not apologize for that. It's an accident.
Yeah. Well, that's the one I'm saying maybe you don't have to worry about apologizing for.
Yeah.
Because really, it doesn't hurt anybody but you.
And I kid, of course. If I drowned a school bus full of children, I would feel bad about that. I mean, I'd be inconsolable for like a good few minutes.
6 to 12 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, and in that time period, I would definitely feel some remorse and be tempted to launch one of my fake apologies. So it's not like I'm made of stone.
But then we would get back to our child pickling program.
Right. You know, as you do.
Yeah, I mean that's one of our projects.
So this cadmium supplement thing has given me a fun idea.
Okay.
The cadmium Easter egg. It's making me kind of hungry, like right now, thinking about it.
It's making me. You know what? I always wanted the Cadbury eggs when I was a kid. And my mom would never buy them for me, so I've only had to buy them for myself as an adult. And I think not having them as a kid ruined it for me. Like when I bought them, like as you know, a 22-year-old, I went, this is just okay.
Yeah, like I've never been a big fan either because like I didn't really have a lot of them either, and maybe you have to be sort of programmed into it, like you know, if you like anything cultural, I guess like I guess this could be a cultural thing.
Yeah,
you know, like whatever it is, like you either like it. Like you either are exposed to it like over like through your critical periods of learning, and then it's like part of you and you miss it, or you don't get exposure to it and you're like, what the fuck's up with those people? Like you know,
people can eat sea urchins and keep a smile on their face.
Sure. Or like it's the reason why you don't have like a 6-inch like lip plate.
Whoa.
lip plate. You know, like you don't have like the lower lip plate that you see in National Geographic. Wooden lip plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't crave to go get one of those, as far as I know, anyway.
I don't think yeah.
I mean, honestly, you don't know anything till you try it. So probably that's what you should go do. But
see, I don't know. I'm critical of that mindset. You don't know until you try it. I'm pretty sure having my leg ripped off would suck ass.
You don't know, man, until you try it.
You don't know don't knock until you try it. Don't hate. Totally rules.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry too. I'm sorry for not being more understanding.